Hi, today I would like to show you another tool which you can use for free Pascal, and I just found it yesterday. Honestly speaking, when I was looking for a multi-platform IDE uh, to make applications for also Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, or maybe other operating systems as well. I was finding the Lazarus at first, and free Pascal together with Lazarus. Yesterday I was just curious about uh, if there are other tools available on the market or on the free systems for free Pascal, and I was finding the Code Typhon and the Code Typhon Studio, which is basically using the same free Pascal compiler. And as you can see on their website, they are offering many options to run your code what you were developing for one platform to use on other platforms as well. And even they are talking about an easier cross-platform, let's say, compiling of your application. However, I haven't tried it because I just found this system yesterday. So um, the first for the first look, I find this system actually pretty similar to the Lazarus system because actually it's built on it. So once you got it working on your system, you will see that the IDE itself is pretty much the same as the Lazarus IDE, but why it's still interesting because you will see that there are many options which are and many objects actually inside the IDE which you can use for your needs, and basically these are from reporting systems till gauges, so many different objects what you can explore, and you can um, uh, basically change it for your needs. Okay, so uh, basically the first thing what you need to do is, of course, you need to download the application itself. And what is also interesting here is that actually you are not downloading the IDE itself, but you need to download the Code Typhon Studio. And once you download the Code Typhon Studio and you install it on your system, then you need to compile the IDE from this Code Typhon Studio, and once it is compiled, then you can start to use it, and you can start to run it. And as I'm using Apple products mainly, so I'm developing applications on a MacBook. Um, I had the problem with the Lazarus that since there were some changes in the Apple Xcode compilers, um, the compiling of the Lazarus files, or the Pascal free Pascal files were generating some failures, and basically you couldn't compile, and you couldn't get the binary file completely compiled and ready for use. So I had to use a virtual machine to basically set up an earlier version of the macOS system, where the Xcode was still in the previous state, and I could compile the files. And basically, I was sharing these videos um, recorded on that earlier macOS system. But after I checked this Code Typhon installation, and I prepared one very simple file, or one very simple application. The compilation of the application was running without any problem, and I could get the binary file uh, generated and running on the latest macOS system. So this is definitely a positive thing, because you don't need to go back to an earlier macOS version until the community is basically developing this solution, which is actually already there, but it is very hard to get it running on your system, because it's actually not in the current main, let's say, the main line of the compiled system. So you need to wait until the community is working on the next version of the free Pascal compiler, and also the Lazarus update, which is using this free Pascal compiler version. And while the community was already having this solution, it was still not distributed in a kind of installer version, and even the those descriptions which were suggesting to you how you can generate your own compiler, or how you can generate your own IDE from this modified version, and basically beta, um, or not um, the mainline a version of the systems. It was very hard to get to a point to get it work. Actually, for me, it was not working at all. So I stuck with the solution that I need to use the virtual machine and the older macOS version. Um, but okay, let's go to this Code Typhon Studio now. And actually, if you want to know how you can create your own IDE, the web page is giving you many instructions. So as you can see here, the Code Typhon Studio, you have the installation description, and you get basically the details how you can do it on your system. So this part of the installation was not that problemless. However, it was a bit hard to get to this point here, where it is explaining how you can install the application itself. And while this is just the standard description, if you come here to the Mac OS version, here you get the detailed description. Of course, you have it for many other platforms. So you can see here for the Windows how you can do that. Then also for different Linux distributions, um, FreeBSD, and so on. But I was using the macOS. So here it's explaining how you can get to this point, and it's very important to follow these steps. Actually, I was not needed to download or use these first steps here, just from the point D, where I downloaded the Mac ports, and then I had to turn off the gatekeeper on my computer. Otherwise, the installation was not running properly. So following these steps, finally I got to the installation phases. So basically this point here, and I could run this first step to install the Code Typhon Studio, and uh, it is basically running through a long script. And while the script is running, if you are basically not switching off the gatekeeper, you will get many times a request to run third-party application. And while you are doing this, uh, you would need to open the privacy settings and accept to run an application. But this would mean that you need to restart that application which needs this permission. But because this is a long script and it's not really linking the permission to this individual steps of the script. If you restart the script itself, then you always get this loop. Let's say that you need to accept the permission and then run the application again. So basically, you can't get out from this loop. So you need to do the gatekeeper switched off, and then you can do these steps. So I'm not going into these details, but you need to go through really on this until you can get the Code Typhon running. And one important thing is that of course you need to build your IDE, which is not mentioned in this list. So if you check this in detail, you install the system itself. I mean this Code Typhon Studio, and then it's saying that you should install the libraries, and then you should remove and build all, which will be generating basically this Code Typhon Studio um, application itself. And once this is ready and it's here, you can run it, and you will see this window. I was not going through all the possibilities here, but as you can see, you have free Pascal compilers here, um, status descriptions, and so on. So from this, as I said, I still did not check everything here, but when I was coming um, into the menu here, and selecting the Typhon IDE, here you can see that you can clean some ID settings or clean it fully, uh, and then you also have this Typhon ID remove and build big ID, or here you have another two, small ID and big ID. So I was starting with the Typhon 64 IDE and the build big IDE, uh, and then I got a script started inside here. So actually, I think this is this. Or maybe here at the tools, no, in the command box, sorry. So as you can see that this okay, this is not needed. So if you come here, you can see that the system is ready for a command, and basically when you run this Typhon 64 IDE build big IDE, then it starts to run the script, and in this command box window you will see that it's running and generating the application itself. And you just need to wait. It takes about let's say 40-45 minutes or maybe a bit more, uh, and then you will have a fully functional IDE ready. And then you don't need this Typhon Studio anymore. I mean, you can use it for certain things for sure, but you don't need it to start to program in free Pascal. And I already have it here. So when I'm coming here, then I have this Typhon 64 application, and when you run it, then you will see that that it's pretty much the same as the Lazarus system. When you install it in this form, that basically all the windows are in different different windows, so it's not in one let's say docked IDE solution. Um, and then of course you can use it on the same way as in the Lazarus way. So you have the menus here, or this tab bar with all the objects what you can use. And as you can see here, if you generate the big ID, I guess that the difference is that you will get these objects also installed into your IDE. and and then you can start to use them. So as you can see, there are many different objects here what you can use in your application, even barcode generators and whatever what you don't have in the Lazarus version, and you need to install some packages to get some of these. But even those packages are not containing many of these special objects here. And as I said, I didn't really go through in deep of all of this, but there are enormous amount of things here. So if you want to start something, it might be interesting to go through all these elements and explore what they can do for you. So as you can see, we have here extra controls, gauges. So these are really interesting. So if you put these here, you already have a gauge what you can set up for your needs. So you can set the values what should be shown. So you can see minimum, maximum values. So many objects what I cannot even explain right now what they are doing, but really a lot, and it's very interesting. And once you run the application, you can see that these are absolutely working things. Okay, so this is the environment, and one more thing I should mention here under the macOS. So the only thing what I really found negative about this, if you were already using Lazarus or um, maybe Delphi, not, because for Delphi you have the let's say the translator, the converter for the files, so you can basically generate from a Delphi project, Typhon project, but I couldn't find anything so far how you can convert a Lazarus project into Typhon project. So and this is visible actually when you want to save your files, and you click on the file itself, and you can see that the file format is already different. So the project file is having this CTPR version, let's say, or file type, while in the Lazarus it's LPI. And I tried to read an LPI file, changing the extension letters to CTPR, but this is not working. So definitely the system is different, and storing the project itself is already changed by this community who is making this Typhoon version. Um, of course, the Pascal files are the same, so those can be used, but you can't import them simply. So there is no import function where you can do this or add file, or I couldn't find it yet, but most probably there should be something where you can use existing files in your projects. So yeah, actually this is one thing what might be interesting, and the second is the settings. So whenever I tried to run at first the first application I created, a small example, and I was running the debug, or I was running the application in debug mode, the debugger was reporting some failures. So I had to come to the debugger section of the settings and to the debugger backend, and I had to add a new debugger setting. So originally I just had this LLDB and the GDB, but none of them was working, of course, because on Mac OS there is a newer solution or newer version which should be used, and I had to set up this other one, where you where I need where I needed to use the fdebug application to debug the application. So I did it like this, that I added a new one, and here, sorry, not here, but here I had to select the this fdebug version, of course, giving a name to it, and finding the the debugger itself. So the weird thing is here that when you are selecting the debugger type, then the application seems to be freezing, but it's actually not freezing. It just takes some time until the IDE is maybe looking for the debugger itself, or I don't know what it's doing in the background, but you just need to wait. And when the file itself or the IDE starts to respond, then you can continue this setting. Of course, you can close this window, so you don't need to wait. I'm not waiting for it because I already set it up. But basically, when you set it up correctly, then you can start to run. And as you can see, the compilation is pretty much the same as it's um, on the on the Lazarus version. Um, and when it is done, then the IDE is generating, in this case, the Mac OS version. Why it took a little bit longer, because I did not take out the this object unit, or that uh, yeah, so that unit, which was this gauge unit, and that's why it took a little bit longer to compile the application. But if it would have been just this form, then of course it is much quicker, and basically it's running without a problem. Uh, okay, so basically that's about this IDE, and it makes sense, I think, to check it, because if you want to have an excessive amount of controls inside, like when I was setting up the Lazarus, I didn't have the SQLite, for example. I had to add the package to the IDE, and recompile the IDE before I could start to use the SQLite database. But here you already have this install, so you can see that even Google APIs are here. Many other things, and under the SQLite databases, you can find the same database controls what you have in the Lazarus as well, and it's even more um, categorized to different setups. So for example, here under the SQL DB3, you have the MySQL controls or MySQL connection items or objects. Then here you have the MariaDB database objects and REST database objects, and the rest I would say is under the DB2. And under the DB1 you have the connectors and SQL queries and such kind of objects. And still the data connectors or data controls are here under the data access and the data controls, just like in the Lazarus case. So I think it makes sense to spend some time with this, because this ID seems to be, I would say, if I'm just talking about the macOS case, that I can already compile the application without any problems on the newest macOS version. With the Lazarus setup, it is currently not possible, just like out of box. But here, after you were running the IDE compilation from the Typhon Center, then or Typhoon Studio, you could get it running on Mac OS. So for me, it's something which is showing that the community is really taking seriously about designing an IDE for all platforms, and they are maintaining these um, these IDE versions on a way that the users can really start to use them out of box, and they don't need to do too much things to get it running, except I mentioned the debugger. So you still need some fine tuning on the system if something does not work, but even for this you can get very good explanations on the website. Okay, so that's all. So I hope you enjoyed this little introduction. I would not say it's a tutorial, but it's an introduction of this system, and somewhat linked to the Lazarus and Free Pascal videos I was creating. And most probably I will change over to this system for the future, just because of this, that I can use this system easier on Mac OS, and I don't need to use the virtual machine. So um, yeah, just take a look on this, visit the website, and have a good fun. So that's all for today. And if you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. See you, and goodbye.